Okay, so it's the weekend and I found something really, really cool on Netflix. It's called Parasite the Grey or Parasite Grey, whichever you want to call it. And boy, was it a beautiful watch. If you're a fan of Parasite, the animation, there is no way you should not be a fan of this show. Because I think it takes place at the exact same moment of the anime. The Parasite event happened all over the world. That's what I'm getting, and they all happened on the same day. And this show just takes place in the perspective of Korea. And just like the Japanese version, when the event took place, some parasites found themselves in a uncomfortable position. In the Japanese version, the parasite entered the hand, causing Miki to be born. But this one just consumed half of her brain, so the other half is still normal, and she doesn't know she's infected with the parasite. So when she goes to bed, the parasite becomes awake. It's such a weird relationship they have, but it changes over time. And as usual, because she's incomplete, she's recommended as a mutation or a failure. So other parasites don't just like her naturally. They look to kill her because she's a risk to their race. Every time she links up with another of her kind is always on smoke. They always want to fight, and it's so thrilling to watch, and it's so graphic. Jesus Christ, because there's another character, this guy, who apparently lost both of his sisters to this whole parasite event. One got eaten alive, and the other just turned into a parasite straight up. And it doesn't even help that he's a criminal, so everyone normally just wants to kill him. And now parasites want to kill him. His life sucks. But still, he becomes a very lovable character because him and the MC, which is the female, have a good relationship. So he's always there to support her. Even when she's not in parasite mode, he's always actively trying to protect her. Even if at first he was a coward, he still stood by her. But the Korean government, yeah, they were quick on the uptake because they didn't play. As soon as the parasites kept showing up, they made a police force, which we call the Grey in this show. We meet the leader of the Grey, who is a chippy, nice lady until it's time to talk about parasites. Then she goes into demon mode because her husband turned into one and took her freaking ear off. So throughout in this whole season, we're going through the motions of the rat and mouse like chase. The cops are trying to catch the girl. The girl is trying to prove she's not a monster, also trying to hide that she is a monster. And there's a cop who is trying to protect her, but he's failing tremendously. It doesn't help that the parasites in the show are way, way smarter than the ones in the anime because they form a cult quick. Matter of fact, they form a religion. They own a freaking church. They have a pastor who leads the whole parasite nation, commands them and stuff. Like they have a freaking pantry with corpses on corpses to eat for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. It is insane. And all the parasites are literally well trained in combat. They can use their parasites to fly. And let's talk about the combat because the fighting in this show is insane. I mean, the parasites are quite OP. We see that in the anime, but in this show, it looks too, like they look dangerous. They look like they could just form together and take over a country. Because that was what they were doing. They could just slice off your head and just shapeshift into you. Do you feel what I'm saying? They could take control of your mother, eat anybody in sight. They were stronger, faster. They could change their tentacles into blades, into weapons. And surely the human beings were lacking behind because all they had was shotguns. And like I said, they could just take your head off, jump in place of your head and shapeshift into your head. It was gruesome, violent, and I loved every second of it. I recommend this show for everyone who likes horror. But the icing of the cake was when we saw Izumi coming at the end of the series. And when he smiled and said his name, I got goosebumps, especially when he put his hand out to shake, knowing full well that was Migi. Oh my God, I can't wait for season 2.